Man is a social animal. Anybody who accomplishes anything in life is with the help of others. You are born from a relationship. You have to maintain relationships. And these relationships are required, yet they remain an enigma throughout life. All the tension that people have is because of relationships. Today we are going to figure out the cause of these tensions and how to negotiate our relationships in a divine and equipoised attitude. In all relationships, we have expectations. This is what he should do for me, this is what she should not do for me. As long as the expectations are met, everything is fine. My wife is very good, my husband is very good. The moment the expectation is not met, that is where the whole problem arises. Now, the expectations cannot always be met. And why will the expectations not be met? Because everybody's chitta vritti is changing. Chitta vritti is temperament. Our mind is made from the material energy Maya. The material energy has three gunas: sattva, rajas, tamas. The mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance. Whichever guna dominates, that is how our nature becomes. So, do these gunas come at a certain time in the day? No, they can come any time during the day. Do they come for a certain interval, 1 hour or 2 hours? No, they can come for 2 minutes, they can come for 24 hours. Consider them as three wrestlers. Sometimes the first has dropped the second, sometimes the second has dropped the third, or the third has dropped the first. Similarly, this battle of the gunas is taking place inside. The kind of environment you get, the chintan thought processes that you undertake, your sanskars from past lives, they all raise one guna. Let us say you are sitting and listening to a talk on spirituality. Now, this is a sattvic environment. Anger, greed, everything is subsided. But then, when you are walking out of that little door, somebody gives you a push. Now the guna has changed from inside. This guy is so insensitive, so callous. And supposing he says, "Are you blind? Can you not see?" Again the guna will change. "You, I'll pull your tongue out." Tamogun, mode of ignorance has come. The mode of ignorance results in laziness, intoxication, violence, anger. The mode of passion results in inflammation of the senses, in materialistic ambitions and a spin towards the world. The mode of goodness calms the mind and enhances the virtues of kindness, compassion, and knowledge. Now, everybody's gunas are changing all the time. You yourself experience that your temperament fluctuates. Someday you think, "Oh yes, I must improve myself. What Swamiji talked about growing from within, I must passionately move ahead in that." The Sattva Gun is creating that inspiration. The next day you are thinking, "I will do it, but what is the hurry? Let me check the IPL scores first of all." The Rajogun has dominated. And then some days you say, I don't know, is this the age to do it? Everybody does it in old age, why should I do it right now? Tamogun has come. Just like your gunas are changing, everybody else's gunas are also changing. Now look at the impact of this in the social setting of your family to start with. The husband's gunas are changing, the wife's gunas are changing. When will there be amicability and harmony? When the gunas are alike. And if there is a conflict in the modes, that is where the friction begins. Suppose the wife had this sattvic mode of goodness dominating, and the husband had the mode of passion. The wife said, there's one lecture series that has begun in the Comfort Inn Plano, and some good wisdom is going to be shared. Let's go and hear the lecture today. The husband was influenced by mode of passion. He said, what lecture are you talking about? The head will be riddled with all these theories and philosophies. A new Bollywood movie has come. Let us go and see it. We'll get all kinds of entertainment out there. Now the conflict began. No. One went for the lecture, one went for the picture. They came back. A picture started at home. You never listen to me. You always do your own thing. They started lecturing each other. Why did this fight take place? Because the wife was influenced by sattva, the husband was influenced by rajas. The sattva and rajas, mode of goodness and mode of passion, they contradicted. The fight began. Such kinds of fights are taking place in houses always, every day. One day, the wife asked the husband, is it the 5th of the month? Yes. Have you got your salary? Yes. Remember? What? Last month we had gone to Sari Center and we saw that new sari worth $2,000. So, this month it should come. The husband thought in his mind, look at this chudel. She doesn't think, does money grow on trees? But then he thought, if I tell her anything, she will do a mood off and she will say, I will not cook for you. So he said, oh, you have failed my plan. I was thinking of getting the sari and giving you a surprise you asked in advance. Look what the husband is thinking and what he is saying. And sometimes the reverse took place. The husband told the wife, today evening, I have called 10 of my friends home for a little party. You have to cook up a nice meal for all of them. A wife had thought of meeting her cousin sister in the nearby town. She thought, what does he think? I am his naukarani to make dinner for his friends. But then she thought, if I tell him that, then he'll say, then the sari will also not come. She said, let your friends come, I'll make such halwa puri, they will remember all their life. Again, what she is thinking and what she is saying. This is adjustment. This kind of adjustment, people who are wise, who are sensible, they do it. But internally, the grumbling goes on. And those who are unwise, internally also the grumbling goes on and externally also they use jute chappal. But the point to remember is this conflict of gunas is not astonishing. It is natural. If we can understand this, our tension will go away. Why are we tense? Why doesn't she think like this? Why doesn't he think like this? Why doesn't she do like this? Why doesn't he do like this? Now you will say, Swamiji, what if both had the same gunas? At least then there would be peace. Even then there would not be peace. The wife had sattva gun but 12 annas. The husband had sattva gun but 4 annas. So they both agreed to come for the lecture. But at 8:20, the husband started indicating to the wife, this guy is going on and on speaking, let's go home. The wife said, what will we do at home? Watch the TV serial and nothing else. We'll go after the aarti and dinner. Now again, they did have the same guna, but the quantity was different. Again the fight began. So when everybody's guna is always changing, to expect that others will always think in line with my thoughts is unrealistic. And if we can understand that others are as they are, I need to change my expectations, the tension goes away. It is so simple, really. It's a different way of thinking. The Akbar and Birbal stories. Akbar's daughter developed strain in the eyes. And the Vaidyaraj said that she must see green to soothe the eyes. Akbar was a great emperor. He instructed his servants, paint everything green near my palace. Now they started painting the walls, painting the barks of the trees. Birbal came to meet Akbar. The servants ran with paint and brush to paint him as well. He said, what is going on? They said, Badshah Salamat ka hukum hai. He said, let me go and speak to him first, then you can paint me. He asked Akbar the reason for this crazy order. Akbar said, my daughter needs to see only green, so we are painting everything green. Birbal said, Huzur, there was an easier way to do it. You could have asked her to wear green glasses and everything would have seemed green to her. Similarly, you cannot change the world. You cannot change others. We need to change ourselves.